Hello guys, welcome back. This is Modern Man here today, and today I have a treat for you guys. We are playing red, white Hatebears, also known as Boros Hatebears. So the reason you're playing red in the deck is because Lightning Bolt's a really good card. So is Pia and Kira Nuglar. Really good 4-drop, creates 2/1s, 4 power for 4 mana, and you can sack an artifact to deal 2 damage to a creature or player. Pairs really well with Aether Vial as well. You can, later in the game, you can sack an Aether Vial, shock your opponent. Also really good with Restoration Angel. And for the sideboard, we also have some pretty good cards. Molten Rain's really good against one of your bad matchups in Tron. Same thing goes for Avalanche Riders. It's also really good with Restoration Angel, and Wear and Tear are also really good cards. But other than that, this is just your normal Death and Taxes, mono white, aggression, tax your opponent, kill your opponent kind of deck. And let's go ahead and jump right into a game. This hand is less than exciting, so I think we're going to go ahead and mulligan it. If we had one land, I would consider it, but we don't have any. What do we think of this one? Aether Vial, something to keep in mind about Aether Vial is if you mold a 6, it's like mulling to 5. I mean, because normally you don't have very many good creatures to pair with it, but I think this hand's alright, so we'll keep it. Selfless Spirit. Yeah, I think we need a little bit more action. I'm gonna go Inspiring Vantage in the Aether Vial. Ooh, Eldrazi Temple, that's not great. Aether Vial, okay. So, black-white Eldrazi and taxes. My opponent's probably favored this game because A, they're on the play, and I mold the 6. This match is a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Card-centric matchup. Very dependent on what cards you have in your hand, or how many cards you have. We both have the Aether Vial. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have a Thought-Knot Seer on too. That'd be really good. I'm assuming they had the Thought-Knot Seer in their hand, and they lead on Eldrazi Temple in case they draw a second Temple to play the Thought-Knot. Thalia? Okay, sure. That's fine. Take up Aether Vial. Another path. Let's see, if I play another Thalia, it makes my paths uncastable. So I might wait a turn on path. Debating playing Thalia here and blocking their Thalia. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to. I think I'll wait a turn. See what my opponent does. If they play like an Eldrazi Displacer, I want to have a path for that instead. Takes up their Aether Vial, of course. Uses Aether Vial. 2 mana. It could be like a Leonin Arbiter. Yeah, I don't... yeah, that's fine. Is it the Arbiter? Yeah, that's fine. I have 2 mana up to pay for things. Something that my opponent has to be careful about is they can't let me catch them with 2 mana down, because then my paths become better removal spells. Opponent passes. Yeah, I don't think firing path off here is a good time to do it. They could pay for it, and they can Ghost Quarter me. Tick up Aether Vial. Restoration Angel is also a good card. Go ahead and pass turn. Aether Vial trigger. Now I'm at this awkward point where I'm not hitting my land drops, but I have all these cards in my hand. And you got a Thought-Knot. Looks like a Thought-Knot. Oh, 5 mana. Oh, it's a Reality Smasher. Well, they kept up Ghost Quarter for the Battlefield Forge. We could path the Reality Smasher, discard probably another path. Right? Maybe a Selfless Spirit? I'm going to discard Selfless Spirit. Just because... Do I want to take 7 here? Or flash, activate Aether Vial, put in Thalia, block Leonin Arbiter. That way, so if they have a Flicker Wisp, I play it then. But I also can't Path. I think I'm going to Path now. Because if I put in the Thalia, it's just going to die. Or it's not going to die, it's going to not be able to cast my Path. My opponent's going to Ghost Quarter me now. But we'll discard a Selfless Spirit. Path resolves. Opponent cannot get a land. Still in the attacker's phase. I'm going to put in a Thalia and block Arbiter. They Ghost Quarter us. That's fine. Maybe I should be willing to trade Thalias. No, don't use Ghost Quarter's ability. Put in Thalia. So I trade with Thalia or Leonin Arbiter. The thing about Leonin Arbiter is... doesn't really do anything now that we don't have anything in our hand. And we can untap Path it if we need to. Thalia makes us where we can't cast Path. No, I think we'll block Leonin Arbiter next turn. No. I was thinking next turn I could play the Blade Splicer or block the Thalia. But they won't attack into an untapped Thalia. Just trade Thalias. Opponent keeps their Leonin Arbiter. That's fine. Pick up Aether Vial. Draw another Selfless Spirit. Let's go ahead and just fire off the Path on the Leonin Arbiter. I might get punished here if they have a Reality Smasher. But this could be potentially more punishing my opponent because now they can't get another land. I'm just going to pass turn. Oh wait, they can get another land. That's awkward. Oh well. I'm boo-booed there. Huh. Let's go ahead and put the Blade Splicer in. Get my token. Opponent has 2 cards. There's a chance it's a Path and some more lands. Would be my assumption what they have in their hand. They let me untap and tick up Aether Vial. Their Path is now obsolete. But if I tick up Aether Vial to 4, it becomes useless. But I think I have to. There's an Inspiring Vantage. Let's go to combat. Attack for 4. Eldrazi Displacer would also be good. Activates their Aether Vial. There's the Displacer. I don't know if I can beat that. Card is pretty good. Probably block Blade Splicer, blinks the Golem. There's the blink on the Golem, sure. Restoration Angel, the Blade Splicer. Doesn't really do anything because my opponent can just blank the Golem again. But it saves my Blade Splicer in combat. I would like to blink Blade Splicer. Thanks for asking. Appreciate it. Get another Golem. Nothing happens. We just derp a bunch. Second main phase, we'll go ahead and cast the Selfless Spirit in our hand for white mana, not red. Man, pass turn. They probably blink the golem. Oh, they choose not to blink the golem. Interesting. Well, they do have a ton of mana, so I can see why they wouldn't. And my opponent scoops it up. Really? It's very interesting. I thought my opponent was in a better position there. Like, they just keep blinking the golem and blocking, so I have to attack for 5 in the air. But, oh well, it is what it is. Sometimes you get a quick scoop. I do like a Linvala. Rest in Peace, no. Blessed Alliance, no. Stony Silence, no, not really. Thalia. Maybe another Thalia if they're going to bring in, like, Zealous Persecutions and stuff. Cards I do not like against my opponent. Selfless Spirits, mostly. My opponent really doesn't plan on blowing up the board. Like, destroying my creatures one at a time. They'll exile them if they're going to do stuff like that. Or they're going to Zealous Persecution. Avalanche Riders could be potentially good as well, blowing up Eldrazi temples. I wouldn't mind cutting 2 more Selfless Spirits. So bring in 8 Avalanche Riders, and I want to bring a 1 of Molten Rain in? Probably not. Let's keep 1 Selfless Spirit in, try it like that. So what do you guys think of this hand? I think this hand's not bad. It would be better if we had like an Aether Vial instead of like this Pia. But we have a path. We don't really have anything until turn 3. But we can out-card advantage our opponent, so we'll keep it. And hope they just don't kill us right out of the gate. Not that you could do that in a Taxes deck. Here's their Aether Vial, sure. Plains. Yeah, that's not bad. We can cast Pia now. Let's go ahead and lead with Inspiring Vantage and pass turn. We don't have a turn 1 Aether Vial, which puts us behind our opponent a little bit, but not a whole lot. I mean, Aether Vial would be good, but our opponent's down a card now. Another Aether Vial, down 2 cards? Did they keep a 1-land hand, double Aether Vial? Okay, I've done that before. I have done that before. Another Displacer. Yeah, I mean, I think our hand's pretty good. I mean, we have a lot of top end that's hard for our opponent to deal with, which is a good spot to be in against Taxes. Like, I think if we can get a Pia and an Eldrazi Displacer in play, we win the game. Okay, there's their Concealed Courtyard. Play another Inspiring Vantage, and I don't even care if they play a Leonin Arbor. I mean, yes, if they path me, that's unfortunate, but doesn't really do anything since we have so many lands. Play a Golem, pass turn. Or play the Blade Splicer, pass turn. Oh, I think I said Golem. That's weird. I'm a weirdo. Okay. What do you have? 3rd Aether Vial. Okay, sure, why not? You can have 3 Aether Vials, opponent. I don't mind. I'm going to keep them at, what, 3-2-1? 3-2-2? Probably not 3-2-1. It's another decent one. With all those Aether Vials up, probably should only attack with the Golem. Chooses to take 3. We'll go ahead and play our Ghost Quarter here just in case they decide to... What's the word I'm looking for? Play a Leonin Arbiter. That's what it is. Play an Eldrazi Displacer. Just run it out there. We have 1 more in our hand, so I'm not too worried about it. There's an Aether Vial on 3. What is it? Phyrexian Ingester with no... Or Wasteland Strangler. That's the name of it. Thalia? Okay. Sure. 3 Aether Vial triggers for the opponent. The struggles are real. I hate those things. 4-3-1, really? What do they play it for? Like Thought Knot? Oh, there's a Thought Knot, I'm assuming. This could be bad. This could be very bad. So I can Ghost Quarter one of my own lands, get a Plains, keep up Path, but I don't think they take Path. I think they take, like, Pia. Because Pia beats them? That's fine. They have to take either Path or P. I don't think they take one of the redundant spells. They took the Eldrazi Displacer. Ah, yeah, that makes sense too. I didn't think about that. They probably have a Path for the Displacer. For the Blade Splicer. Oh, you got one for the Displacer too? Yes, I would like to use Path ability. To grab in Plains. You waste all their paths on, like, a Blade Splicer. Why would you path a Blade Splicer? I mean, unless you have, like, your own Eldrazi Displacer, and then we have this awkward Eldrazi Displacer game that my opponent probably wins because they're playing Eldrazi Temple. I don't understand that play. It doesn't make sense to me. Not entirely, at least. Oh, well, there's a path on the Displacer. Sure. Now, I definitely don't care about Ghost Quarters or anything. Grab a Mountain. Okay, we're out of basics. So Ghost Quarter is definitely a real card now. Opponent chooses not to attack. Interesting. You gonna Flicker Wisp your Thought Knots here? They do not. Play our Battlefield Forge tapped because of the Thalia. I could play Leonard Arbiter, shoot their Concealed Courtyard, and make them rely on Aether Vials. I don't think playing Pia and Blade Spicer really does anything. So I could go Leonard Arbiter and Blade Splicer, I think. Yeah. So we'll go Leonard Arbiter. Let's go ahead and cut their black mana off. Zealous Persecution's a real card. Cast Blade Splicer. Pass turn. Thought this game was looking up for us, but we're just drawing a bunch of stuff that doesn't really do anything. I guess I could have pathed their Thought Knot there. I'm going to get punished if they have another Thought Knot. That's for sure going to happen. They probably do. Probably should have read that a little bit better. So we have another Thought Knot, and I don't think we have a way to answer it. It's on 3, what is it, a Flicker Wisp? Probably shouldn't Flicker Wisp now. It doesn't come back till the end step. Should attack with your Thought. Oh, you're going to blink the Golem. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't think about that. That's a good one. I don't mind that play. Oh, is it another Thought Knot? Yeah, okay. So, being that they had a Flicker Wisp in our hand, it wasn't that good anyways. Now they're probably going to take Pia. Yep, there's the Pia take. Now we really don't have anything. Opponent attacks for 7. We go to 13. I'd get my Golem back. That's dead. That's not a good draw at all. Let's path the untapped Thought Knots here. Draw my card. Restoration Angel, huh? That's definitely a good card. I think we just attack with everything here. What is that? 7, 10 from the opponent. We go to 3. They take everything here. What is that? 4, 6. They go to 11. I might get some favorable trades. If I can get this Restoration Angel into play and flicker the Blade Splicer. It's probably my best shot at winning. Or I can block the Thalia. Oh, it comes into play tapped. Oh, God, that card's good. That card's real good. We got another Thought Knot. Mono Thought Knots, huh? It's definitely a card that does do things. So I guess that wasn't a great draw since they come into play tapped. I forgot about that. It's just one of those cards you always forget about, Thalia. The 3/2/1. I would like to blink Blade Splicer, give me my Golem. Thought Knot doesn't hit a thing, because we have no cards in our hand. We do have a bunch of lands, though. If we had a sick drop, we could cast it. What do you have on 2? Nothing. Interesting. Is that an attack for 10? We'll go to 3. Okay, 3, 5, 6. We have... They're dead if we draw a path. Or any kind of blink ability. Eldrazi Displacer would work. Ghost Quarter does not work, on the other hand. Let's go ahead and play it because we can Ghost Quarter their planes. And I think we're just going to play some... No, we can't. God, I'm bad at this game. We're just going to block. We're going to make some blocks. So I probably trade with Thalia. Double block a Thought Knots here with our Golems. Oh, they're just not attacking. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's take up Aether Vial. That's really good. Let's go ahead and hit their planes with our Ghost Quarter. They should have floated a mana there. They should have, not me. Let's play an Eldrazi Displacer. Pass turn. So we can start blinking their Thought Knot Seers. If we need to. Opponent Aether Vials for 2. Puts in a Leonar Arbiter. I don't care. Card's fine. Doesn't really do anything. My opponent doesn't have lands. So the 3 Aether Vials did turn out to help them, apparently. It is helping them. Now we're going to draw like an Avalanche Riders, and they're not going to have any lands. That's how this game's going to end up working. I feel it coming. So should I be blinking my Blade Splicer? Oh, my opponent just scoops it up. They apparently cannot beat the Displacer. If you guys like that deck and wanted to see more, remember to smash that thumbs up button. Really appreciate it. Let me know down below. Comment down below with any comments, deck suggestions, play suggestions, sideboard suggestions, anything like that. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more awesome content like this on a daily basis. Also, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, or like my Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter. Email me. All those links will also be in the description below. And I hope you guys have an awesome, amazing day. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.